Hey guys, I've got a really interesting thing for you today. My dog. Okay, it's a friend of mine, Wendi, and she's got some interesting information here that I'm just finding out. She stockpiles things for a year, and I think it is an awesome idea how she stockpiles up for a year all the things that she needs, and she's going to tell us how it got started. I'm going to do it like interview style. So this is Wendi. Let's
Hi.
see. And let me see if I can hold this so that, okay, can you see yourself in here?
Yes, unfortunately.
And she's got my emotional support animal.
This
Okay.
is now mine.
So now, Wendy, how did you get started with this?
So she's talking about where I buy everything with the last paycheck in December for a year.
Yeah.
Are you going to show you two or just me?
Well,
Okay.
go ahead.
So I got hurt. I was first in a car wreck. She was going 35 miles an hour. I was at a red light. Couldn't move for a while. Had to have a few therapies and surgeries. Then 40 pounds fell on my head when I was at Honey Baked Hams. Different story, different day. So anyway, I started buying for the year with my last paychecks in December because I was part-time. I would buy all my toiletries, hair color, garbage bags, anything I needed for a year that I knew I'd have pastas, canned stuff. I'd buy them for a year so I wouldn't have to go back to the store. So that thrilled her, so here we are.
And so you did that the first time, and the first time,
The first time I was off on a few things. I either had like too much toilet paper and then maybe not enough of something else that I needed, garlic or something that I needed. So I had to it took me a process to get it all figured out, but now I'm to the T.
well, so if you spent all your money on that first one, what did you do? Like if you ran out of paper towels?
I had to go to the store, which I hate going to the store. I hate shopping.
Well, did you have the money to do that?
Probably at the time. I mean, cause I work part-time and then I'll not have a job for a while and then I'll go back part-time. So that's why I said I usually work June through December, and my last paycheck is bi-weekly, so it's like 2 weeks worth of, and I make do on that usually.
And
But I have my own garden, so I put up tomatoes, canned and frozen, broccoli, all that kind of stuff I do myself.
and what about the eggs and the?
Oh, I want chicken so bad I can't stand it. But I used to get my eggs from Jonathan, but his chickens got ate by coyotes. So now I just have to find them where they're fresh. But I have
So
to
you
buy
just
eggs
buy
and
those
butter.
now and then,
Yeah,
and
whenever I
butter
need 'em. Mhm.
and milk.
Yeah, milk. I don't drink milk as much as I probably should anymore, being older. But if I need milk, I have to buy it, of course.
And what about orange juice? You buy frozen orange
No, I
juice?
use oranges and squeeze them. I squeeze my oranges. I buy it sometimes, occasionally, like if you're gonna have friends over and you're gonna have drinks or something. But I like my fresh squeezed. So lemons, limes, oranges, avocados, that kind of stuff. I have to buy.
So do you have
If it's
like?
if it's not in the year, I try to eat the months that's in the thing, you know.
And watch for sales?
No, I really don't do that because
Like when strawberries are in season, they're at a better price, right?
I usually have my own strawberries, so I freeze them. And I make my own jellies out of produce. So I usually have that for the year. And I make my own jalapenos, I grow them, and then I'll can them for myself. So they're in my refrigerator. I don't know how many jars to put up for myself.
So when you're not actually working like outside of the home, you're actually working in the garden
Yeah.
and canning and freezing
Which is
and
my
all this
love, yeah.
stuff. So do you have like a deep freezer that you freeze all this stuff
I did when
in?
my girls were there, but now that my girls are gone, I don't. I just have my freezer. And I just bag it like in single bags, and then I lay them flat where you get so much on there, and I know how many to eat, like if I'm by myself, or if I have two people, or if I have my girls there. So I do it by like how many of each I need.
Well, what about sausages and meats? And
I don't eat a whole lot of meat, so if I do, I get it from Jonathan Smelter Farms, like him. Best meat around, he's in Seymour. I don't know.
just as you need it.
Just as you want something. Like if Marissa comes in town or we have a family dinner or something like that, I'll get the meats. And I usually try to keep like Jonathan's ground meat in. It's like we want meatballs or spaghetti or hamburgers or something, we always have it.
Okay. That's really exciting. That's really exciting.
It's different. It's different, but it's fun.
And have you taught anybody else how to do this?
No, I didn't. I mean, no.
I
didn't think it's
amazing. I think it's amazing.
It's
Do y'all think that's amazing? I think that's amazing.
It's either just lazy or, because like I said, I'm not a shopper. I don't like to shop. I don't like to. If you can get me out, I'm a lot of fun, but I like staying home and working outside.
That's nice. So do you have a big garden then?
I have two big gardens at this house and 2 raised beds. I've not used one of the gardens though, so I've got Seagull Landscaping. Lamar brought me some mushroom compost, so I've got that garden workable this year. I haven't planted in it yet, but I planted in the other one. I was planting my onions and potatoes today until you called me and said, "Hey, let's go talk." I was like, "Okay."
Yes, I called her. I need to move over there and sit next to her so you can see both of us. But the dog is trying to eat this rocking chair.
No, she didn't say that. He's not really.
She is trying to eat the rocking chair. But we went to high school together. That's how I know Wendi. We went to high school together.
I'm a year younger in school, but I'm a year older because you said on your birthday you were 55.
Yeah.
I'm 55 and be 56 in November. And I was
Really?
like, how'd that work? You must have went to school early because I went late.
Yeah, I started when I was 5.
Okay.
So I'm the smartest one.
But I'm the
No.
oldest.
She's the prettiest one. I'm the smartest one.
one. Yeah, no way. I did put on lipstick because I knew I was going to see her, so I was like, I got to get lipstick on from the garden.
Because I
I
always
knew
have
she, yeah, I
lipstick
knew if
on.
anything else, it's always a lipstick.
But yay! So yeah, we didn't see each other from the time we graduated until I moved up here, right?
Yeah, I saw you at El Primo's, another plug.
Yeah, promo for El Primo because that's good Mexican
It is
food.
good. On the Parkway.
Yeah.
Um,
So before you had the accident, then you never had this idea of
no, I dabbled to where like when Marissa left to go off and I was like at home by myself, I dabbled in like getting so much, where I didn't have to go to the store every 2 or 3 months or something, but I never did.
And that
it
was
like
just because you didn't like to shop.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So
then,
I knew that without 2 people there, and I just knew myself, I kind of like said, oh, okay, I could do this for 2 or 3 months without having to go to the store.
but then when you
Now
knew
it's
this was
art
going to
for me.
be my last check. This is, I don't know when my next
when I'm
income's
gonna
going to
go, yeah.
come. Then
Then you
okay.
buy the stuff, and then you don't have to worry about it.
I think that's awesome. You see those programs about people doing the couponing thing,
Oh, uh-huh.
and they save all this
Now, I
money
did
doing
do
the
the
coupons.
General Dollar Store. I think I told you that. To where on Saturdays, if you buy something, they give you $5 off $25. So I would hoard up because they usually have those really good Saturdays. So I'd get those coupons that go every Saturday, and you
It's
get
like once
$5
a month,
off.
right?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's like every Saturday for a couple of months.
Oh, really?
But so I would get all my toilet paper one time, or I'd get all my Ajax and cleaning stuff or something, But I'm also real big on buying or cleaning stuff from my house. Like I just did to weed my gardens, I do vinegar, Epsom salt, and Dawn. So it's not like you don't have to go get Roundup anymore.
Okay, so now how did you start making your list for a whole year? I mean, did you just go around the house and think, okay, what are all the things I need for dishes? What are all the things I need for
I even buy the
cleaning?
little dishwashing cube things. I buy everything I need, like those things you wash your dishes with, the little
The
sponge
scour
thing.
pads?
Well, I don't use one of those, but the one that's got you put the liquid in it.
Oh, with the spongy
Spongy
things,
thing. Yeah,
okay.
I love those. That's the best thing in the world.
And you buy a year's worth of those.
I know how many of those to buy, because you just have to replace the little thing. I mean, it's like an art. I know my aluminum foil, my saran wrap, garbage bags, inside and out, leaf bags.
Okay. Well, now I've got a story to tell. When I moved in with my boyfriend from the condo, I packed everything up to stick it in storage. And recently, I've been trying to downsize. I'm trying to go to minimalism. So I've been selling stuff everywhere. Well, I went and found 5 garbage bags full of just tennis shoes. And I found all this eyeshadow. I found probably the equivalent of at least 4 shoe boxes of lipsticks.
Oh my goodness.
So if I sat down and wrote down the things that I never have to buy again as long as I live, I would probably never have to buy flip-flops again as long as I live, because I think I've probably got 14 pairs of flip-flops.
You
So at
need to
least for
make your
14
wreath.
years.
You need to make a wreath.
With flip-flops?
Yes, it's the cutest thing. Patty, do you remember?
Okay, here's another show idea, flip-flop wreaths.
We'll do that. We'll make them.
Okay. So I'd never have to buy flip flops. I will never have to buy eyeshadow. I told Ignacio I will never buy eyeshadow again as
Until
long
they
as
come
I
up with a new
live.
color.
No, it doesn't matter. I've got so many colors that I mean they could not possibly. I've got boxes and boxes. Like I could probably fill up a small Rubbermaid of just eyeshadows. Okay, I've got the lipsticks for the rest of my life. If so,
Got me.
so there's certain things now I would need foundation
Because that doesn't last.
and probably some hair colors. But like we were talking about hair colors, how many bottles? I've probably got 10 boxes of hair color.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I'm not natural blonde anymore, but I use the Fiera 100, and I get them when they're on sale. I buy 5 boxes, and the one I get has the 2 packages, so I only use half and half. So I can do 5 in 1 year.
Well,
hair
see, as
colors.
short as my hair is, I could probably
But all it is roots.
divide mine up too.
Yeah, but you change your color. See, I don't. I just like do the roots.
But still, I probably don't need the whole thing for
Gotta wash
1
your
inch long
bottle.
hair.
Wash a bottle. I mean, people don't understand how much, like when you go to dinner and you have a big meal and you take half of it at home, so you get 2 meals. Same thing with hair color. You get 2.
Yeah, I just thought that it didn't work once you did it. I thought that was the end of that.
Well, if you get 2 packs, because some of them have like 1, but they have 2 packs, so you can half them. As long as it's got a lid and you clean your thing out, you're good.
Well, I'll just have to find that kind. Because and so I could be a much better consumer because since I've been out of work since this year I haven't worked, so I need to be a better consumer and start making better decisions. But the thing, I could spend my storage unit with things that I'm going to use throughout the year
Or
instead
you
of.
can put it in your garage if you have a garage. If you just have a little space, that's all you need, because it's not as much when you start stacking it, all the stuff. Like you need shampoo, you need conditioner, you need toothpaste, you need toothbrushes, you need floss.
Well, what about laundry detergent?
Laundry
Does that not take a
detergent.
lot of space?
No. I mean, because how many well, it depends on how many's in your family, too.
Well, there's 2 of us, but I'm washing clothes like every day.
Well, then you just have to see how many your loads make, how many you.
And I guess I could buy those pods. I just recently bought a bag of those pods to try them to see how I like those pods, like those Gain pods.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
don't use
try
those.
those
They're
and
more
see.
expensive. If you just use the Pori stuff.
I
it's more
usually
expensive.
just use the liquid because it's cheap.
So even if you had to buy 12, you use 1 a month if you got that really big one.
Okay.
But now what I do with that too is I've learned that the really big ones take up space in your laundry room.
Yeah.
So I kept 2 little bitty bottles and then I refill them with the big ones.
Okay. Well, I
And
do
that
keep
way
a
in the
big one
laundry-
because it's got the little dispenser
Cup.
thing, and I just
dispenser,
push
yeah.
the little dispenser nozzle, and then
Well, if you have
that's
enough
right
room in
there.
your laundry, mine's
and
one
I
of those double
do.
stacks.
I do. So
But there's all kinds of things.
this
Declutter,
is
declutter.
exciting. I'm so excited, you guys.
I can't believe we're talking about this.
I think it's
That's
wonderful. I think it's wonderful. I don't know if our time's up because I can only do 15 minutes, and so I better
Watch us
stop.
both look.
But
Let's take our glasses
do you
off to
see?
see.
I can't even see what time it is. Oh, it's 13 minutes, so we
Oh,
better
13.
go.
Oh.
But we'll have to get Wendy to show us how to make a flip-flop wreath.
Hey, bye,
There's Eliana.
flip-flop wreath.
Eliana, the emotional support animal. See the emotional support she's giving.
She's giving me.
And I'm so excited that Wendy came to talk to us today and tell us about this. We'll have to get her back some more. Besides just the wreath, we'll have to pick her brain for some more
Oh,
topics.
Lord, you don't want to do that. There's no telling.
There's no telling, but it'll be fun. Thank you. Bye, Wendy.
Bye.